Words to remember. Chapter 5. Infection Control Principles and Practices. Indirect transmission. Transmission of blood or body fluids through contact with an intermediate contaminated object such as a razor, extractor, nipper, or an environmental surface. Cocci. Round-shaped bacteria that appear singly, alone, or in groups. The three types of cocci are staphylococci, streptococci, and diplococci. Staphylococci. Pus-forming bacteria that grow in clusters like a bunch of grapes. They cause abscesses, pustules, and boils. Streptococci. Pus-forming bacteria arranged in curved lines resembling a string of beads. They cause infections such as strep throat and blood poisoning. Bacilli. Singular, bacillus. Short, rod-shaped bacteria. They are the most common bacteria and produce diseases such as tetanus, lockjaw, typhoid fever, tuberculosis, and diphtheria. Diplococci. Spherical bacteria that grow in pairs and cause diseases such as pneumonia. SPIRILLA. Spiral or corkscrew-shaped bacteria that cause diseases such as syphilis and Lyme disease. Flagella. Slender, hair-like extensions used by bacilli and spirilla for locomotion, moving about. May also be referred to as cilia. Motility. Self-movement. Binary fission. The division of bacteria cells into two new cells called daughter cells. Bacterial spore. Bacteria capable of producing a protective coating that allows them to withstand very harsh environments, and shed the coating when conditions become more favorable. Inflammation. A condition in which the body reacts to injury, irritation, or infection, characterized by redness, heat, pain, and swelling. Pus. A fluid created by infection. Local infection. An infection, such as a pimple or abscess, that is confined to a particular part of the body and appears as a lesion containing pus. Systemic infection. Infection that affects the body as a whole, often due to underfunctioning or overfunctioning of internal glands or organs. This disease is carried through the bloodstream or the lymphatic system. Contagious disease. Also known as communicable disease, disease that is spread from one person to another person. Some of the more contagious diseases are the common cold, ringworm, conjunctivitis, pinkeye, viral infections, and natural nail or toe and foot infections. Methicillin-resistant Staphylococcus aureus, MRSA. Abbreviated MRSA, a type of infectious bacteria that is highly resistant to conventional treatments due to incorrect doses or choice of antibiotic. Contamination. The presence, or the reasonably anticipated presence, of blood or other potentially infectious materials on an item's surface or visible debris or residues such as dust, hair, and skin. Diagnosis. Determination of the nature of a disease from its symptoms and/or diagnostic tests. Federal regulations prohibit salon professionals from performing a diagnosis. Occupational disease. Illness resulting from conditions associated with employment, such as prolonged and repeated overexposure to certain products or ingredients. Words to remember. Chapter 5. Infection Control Principles and Practices.